Welcome to the Freedom Chronicles.
Definitely an antisocial type.
Only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger.
Hi, perhaps you recognize me. It's your favorite president.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
We got a loudspeaker here, and when we go into battle, we play music very loud.
With a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Freedom Chronicles. I'm your host, Mike Imbasciani. Thank you for joining us. With us, as always, Mr. Ken Lovejoy. And I am still on vacation, and I am paying for some better broadband internet and some better bandwidth.
It does sound so much better.
Good. And that is because I am broadcasting from the Trump International Hotel right here in Sin City, Las Vegas. It's the Traveling Bunker, and the Traveling Bunker is brought to you by Brian Chapman State Farm right there in Southwest Florida. And like a good neighbor, Brian Chapman State Farm is there for all of the insurance needs you have for your very own bunker or traveling bunker. Give his office a call at 941-625-9998 or visit the office at 2040 Tamiami Trail in Port Charlotte. And there was no episode last week. I was on 2 episodes of the Chad Prather Show. Yes, I was on 2 episodes of the Chad Prather Show there in Dallas, Texas. As I was passing through, I got to spend some time with my mom's brother, who, funny enough, lives literally 15 minutes away from the Blaze Studios. So it worked out perfectly. Cool. Yeah, it was so cool. And it was such a great time.
A caller to the show this morning who caught you on Chad Prather's show. And
awesome.
He didn't know. I was on the Roku there, and I saw your Imbasciani guy there. He was on some other guy's show. I don't know. I go, it's Chad Prather. He goes, who?
Yeah.
I go, Chad Prather. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was
and
like,
Sean,
Imbasciani guy. He's kind of a smart kid. I can put the face with a voice now. Thank you for
very nice. We have fans, and there it is, me and Chad there, and that's a picture that Glenn Beck actually painted.
Cool.
The studio was just amazing, and so anyway, then we went out to Santa Fe, New Mexico, which does not have good internet at all. And folks, if you join the Freedom Chronicles Locals community, just $5 a month, use promo code FreedomCow, you get 1 month free. That helps support the show, but then you get to see fun stuff like episode 89 and a half, which was the 12 usable minutes of the 26 we recorded.
Should have just buried that. Like I said, that should have gone to the same place as that Johnny Winter interview.
I know.
Never let that thing see the light of day.
I know, exactly. But Santa Fe was beautiful. It was a lot of fun hanging out over there. We spent the day there walking around, and it's a nice downtown, but I could see it getting old very fast. And spent the majority of time thus far on this road trip out in Arizona. Sean, if you want to use pictures 10, 11, and 12.
Arizona, kick off your rainbow shades.
Exactly. Hanging out with Alan, I took a better picture of the cannon that he has in his front yard there, which I love it.
It's like he
has
needs
another
to get
one.
A little Neverdoll out there, and
I know, but look at that,
up.
The Arizona sunset. It was beautiful.
That wasn't,
and it was quite
very good.
Yeah, look at that, beautiful.
Yeah,
and
that is in the mountains. That dry air feels a lot more chilly than it does than you would think it does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But that last sunset picture was taken from his front yard, and that
cool.
I mean, just the clouds and the mountains. It's just absolutely beautiful. And so we were hanging out. It was 68 degrees in the morning. It's like crazy. And we walked around Prescott, Arizona, with the family there. You can do picture 14, and went downtown. On Sunday. Excuse me. And there's the family, Alan and my parents. Prescott,
you
Arizona.
should have actually pixelated Joe and Chris's picture out of there, just to security reasons.
Yes, right. But got to play a little bit. There's some great bands, and the music segment coming up later will be part of that. So after a couple days in Arizona, we headed out west further and a little bit northwest, and it's amazing seeing all the scenery change from Texas to New Mexico to Arizona. Arizona gets a lot more green, especially at the higher altitude. And then it's like as soon as you hit West Arizona, Northwest Arizona, coming up into Las Vegas, you get what you see in Sean picture 17 of just the rocks that you just picture the little Indians standing up there with their bows and arrows ready to take out all the cowboys.
Ready to
and
get
then
you.
we come on. What's that?
Ready to get you.
Ready to get you. And then picture 18 as we come into Las Vegas, and where I am broadcasting from right now, it is the Trump International Hotel. And yes, it is gold.
It's huge. It's huge. It's
huge.
gold.
Amazing.
It's just like my hair. It's golden.
Yes. And I literally have Trump water.
There you go.
Fantastic, absolutely
so
amazing.
what's the mood of the staff after the late night indictments?
Well, it's interesting. I spoke to the bartender last night, and he said that this hotel has been open for 15 years, and he has worked here for 13 years, which I didn't know that this hotel had been around for so long already. So I said, okay, so you were here and this hotel's been here well before he was president. And he said, oh yeah. And I said, well, what's some of the difference? He said, no, everybody loves him. All the staff, he said he used to hang out here all the time. He said he even, this was one of the first places he quietly announced he was going to be running, like he was joking about it. And everybody was like, oh yeah, that'll be great. Sure. And then sure enough, he did it. And the bartender was like, oh, wow, cool. Everybody here has been very nice. And I said, do you get any hate around here? He said, not really. Occasionally somebody will come in, they'll vent, they'll let it out of their system. And then it's like, they're
leave. Half in the bag after losing $500 on craps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trump Hotel here, no casino attached to it. Very nice pool, but no casino. And beautiful hotel. I would definitely stay here again, and not at the one I stayed in Santa Fe. But Las Vegas for a minute, I walked around. We had dinner last night at Carmine's and Caesar's Palace, and they have the Forum shops there, and walking around, looking at all this stuff you can't afford. And I'm in a hat shop looking at some cool hats, cowboy hats, regular hats, like the ones I wear in my gigs. And the fire alarm starts going off. Like the loud noises, the flashing lights. The staff doesn't move. Everybody starts filing out. They look at us. You're fine. Just stay here. They go, it happens all the time. Morons just trying to cause problems pull the fire alarm all the time. What is wrong with society?
Liberals.
Sorry
about that.
Whoa. I know.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Calm down there, Ken. I know, but literally,
I'm tight quarters here in the I Love Me room. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it is. But it's sad that they're like, oh yeah, it happens all the time because people are that stupid and keep pulling pranks like that.
Well, funny you mention that. Nearly 12% of Americans, I don't believe this fun fact, but according to some Chicago project study that they've done, nearly 12% of Americans, some 30 million or more, say that using violent force would be justified if that's what's needed to keep Trump out of the White House.
I just saw that.
Reveal comes from the organization Dangers to Democracy. Douchebags who apparently are unaware that we don't live in a democracy.
Right.
This report published by The Guardian. The study was done by the University of Chicago. There you go, right there. Project of Security and Threats that have run in that far left city, and pointed out that some 7% say violence is justified to prevent the prosecution of President Trump. So they're saying that our side, only 7% of our side, says that violence would be justified to go after the left for the baseless persecution of Trump.
Right.
More than 17% believe it could be used to ensure members of Congress to do the right thing. 12% would allow it to, quote, restore the federal right to abortion. Get violent. So we're at this, precipice of a civil war here.
Well, that's the thing, and you use that word, and yes, it is quite apropos. It's because, folks, if you don't think we're already in the Civil War, we are. It's just things haven't gotten a little hot yet. But when Trump is
they're
facing
trying
a
to push.
maximum, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I hate to even discuss that because it's all baseless persecution. There's nothing legal. There's nothing constitutional about what they're doing to it. And the people around
delusional they are. It shows you how delusional they are, because they want Trump to face, and he is facing, a maximum of 712 years and 6 months in prison for all 91 charges.
Well, fat ass Fanny kind of blew it when they released the criminal indictment before the the grand jury had even, so that's a jury nullification moment right there.
You would think it is, but every time that there's the logic of what should happen, it doesn't happen. And the left just continues to double down, because nobody is willing to hold their feet to the fire and actually control them.
You just said it right there. Nobody is willing. You have got the ballless, soulless, gutless cowards of the GOP who refuse to do nothing at all. And yes, the left is emboldened to just keep going. The GOP is committing suicide by not doing what they should be doing. Other than our own esteemed Congressman Greg Steube, thanks to him, he filed articles of impeachment.
Yeah, again, but what is that, yesterday? Number 4? Are they ever going to vote on him?
No, but he's got to do it. He should do it.
Yeah.
He needs to do it.
Yeah,
they all need to do it, and they all need to get in on it. And this whole their BS excuses for not doing it. Again, they're committing suicide. The party's dead to me. I'm done with the Republican Party. Quite honestly.
And again, individual with what this indictment does, this fourth indictment, which Trump will truth social out. Oh, I've just locked up the presidency because I got number 4. Literally, that's all it's doing. But it is everything Trump says. It's not about him. It's about all of us. They have to get through him to then go after all of us. And this 4th indictment proves it again, because the sprawling 98-page indictment lists 41 criminal counts against Trump and 18 of his associates who are listed as co-defendants.
And where's the governor of Georgia? Where's Kemp? We know where Kemp is. Yeah. He's an establishment douche. So he's going to stand by and let this happen. The Republicans want to get rid of Trump just as badly as the Democrats do, and they're showing us that. They're telling us that. They're committing suicide. I'm glad to see it. The Republicans need to go the way of the Whigs. It's a dead party to me, and it should be to you as well.
Yeah, and every time one of these indictments comes out, all the GOP thinks is, oh, maybe now Tiny D will get that boost he needs. But sorry, folks. Sean, picture number 2 here.
Late.
We continue to stand with Trump. We continue. Look at this. They finally indicted Trump. Looks like you won't be running 2024. Time to choose a new GOP nominee. How about Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley? No. Trump 2024. Trump, only Trump 2024. Because it just shows you they are so afraid of him. They're so afraid of him.
Look what Tiny D's starting to, he's not gaining any traction at all. But when you look at his policies, how are his policies any different than anybody else on that stage other than Trump? Vivek Ramaswamy, maybe a little bit different, but for the most part, they're all for war in Ukraine, except for Vivek. And they're all for getting back in the TPP, which Vivek is also in on. That's a deal breaker with me. None of their policies are any different. And look at Christie, White Lizzo.
Oh, yeah.
Look at White Lizzo. And
Lizzo.
his whole campaign is based around bashing Trump. His whole campaign is based on bashing Trump. So you know that somebody's paying him on the side because he's not going to win. He doesn't have a chance. He's not going to get a cabinet position. It's not happening.
Have they said if everybody in the field has made the threshold for the debate yet, or they're going to be?
I don't think Bergen, Asa, Hutchinson. I don't think they've made it. But they're who cares? I hope Trump doesn't do it.
No, I don't think he will.
Rumble's running ads.
Oh yeah,
because they're going to be live streaming it as well. And I'd watch it on Rumble before I'll ever watch it on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. I don't have cable.
But
well,
speaking of Vivek for a minute, I'd like to talk about this, and I will say, for every way that DeSantis's PR team has messed up, I have to applaud Vivek's PR team. He has done very, very well. Picture number 6 here, Sean, please. He's changed even the look of his campaign. This is from Vivek's campaign. You cannot tame the beast. You must end it. Join the revolution. He's using the right words. He's using the right imagery.
That's
nice,
the whole point. Is it all just image? Is it all just imagery and words? Does he really believe this? He's too new. He's too new on the scene. I know. For me.
August 14th, I like him. August 14th, the poll came out, the national poll. Trump was at 48%, which is plus 37 points. And as Trump said, Ramaswamy, that guy, he's at 11%. Ramaswamy, I like that guy, Ramaswamy. And DeSantis is at 10%. So Ramaswamy there has hit second place in a national poll. Now, with that comes a little bit of cockiness. And unfortunately, Ramaswamy at the Iowa State Fair had a little bit of an incident. We have a video of what Vivek was doing, channeling his inner former rapper, Davake. Let's play the clip.
Yeah.
Loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking how everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, plow, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, oh, there goes gravity. Choke, he's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he won't laugh it, he knows his own bad that he's ropes. His own bad that he's broke, he knows that he's broke. He's so stagnant, he knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again. Yo, it's so rhapsody. Better go capture this moment and hope it don't catch. Lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. That was the song.
That's enough of Vivek. Thank you. And Sundance wrote on the Conservative Treehouse here, things are a little weird in Iowa, as he thought it'd be a great idea to start rapping on stage, and then things get really uncomfortable. There are moments in every echo chambering campaign where the responsible voice in the room says no, just no, and protects the candidate from the big stupid. And unfortunately,
because that looked too staged.
I know. Sundance said, I'm not exactly sure what the goal and objective is here, but Ramalama Ding Dong did not have that voice in the room and apparently no longer wants to be considered as a viable candidate. Well, and I love it. Somebody actually commented underneath it and said, Vivek's longtime stage name is actually, for real, Davake, DA_VEK. And they did Politico had an article that said Vivek had a successful rapper career while at Harvard and continues to perform. Quote, the Harvard Crimson, the university's student newspaper, described Ramaswamy as someone who could go back and forth between two different personas. The chairman, named for his role atop the Harvard Political Union, and his rapper alter ego, Davake. Davake. And it's hilarious.
Davake gonna match you in the drive-by. East Coast,
Don't-
West Coast, man.
I know, and it's just, to me, it is so funny. Like, dude, okay, you're gaining some traction, but don't get cocky about it, dude. Like, people like you, but come on.
Well, to me, he's starting to come across like a guy who's trying to sell me a used Beamer, you know?
Well, and think about
I
it.
like
What did
him.
they
I
say?
like him, but he's too new. He needs to several more years of policy consistency in his opinions and policy stances. He lost me with wanting to get back into the TPP. When he says he's going to get
Right.
back into Trans-Pacific Partnership, that's a no from me. Sorry, goodbye. You're just like all the other schmucks on stage except for Trump. And then he said that he would keep transgenders in the military. Signal, mofo, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, and that's a shame because
nice
there
guy,
are things.
nice guy. I applaud his courage. He does stand out amongst the crowd.
Yes,
but
definitely.
again, too new for me.
Well, and think about what the article said. He's able to don the two different personas. So who's to say,
Car salesman.
like you said, who's to say this isn't a persona? So, I want to see more about him. I want to see him wipe the floor with Tiny D in the debate because I think that's good for Trump. And then, there's the rumors that Kari Lake's going to run for Senate. I don't know how true that is. If that's the case, I think Trump will then pick Byron Donalds for VP, which would be a good pick. However, I want him to stay in the Congress.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. When you have viable people that aren't in Congress and the Senate right now, I would tend to go with them. I would go with a Kari Lake as VP. But Byron is doing such a good job in Congress.
Yeah.
The guy before Byron, Rooney, sucked, and I have 2 terms of that guy, I believe, and so it would.
You need
it
fighters.
would be,
you need fighters like Byron Donalds in the Congress doing his job the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah,
and
so
I think
because
I think
it's not a gimme, it's not a guarantee that we're going to get someone like Byron to replace Byron
again. Right. And I also think it's a mistake for Kari Lake to think that because she got gypped out of the governor race, that she's going to have a fair election for Arizona Senate.
She's not.
It's not going to happen.
Not in Arizona.
No.
Not with Hobbs.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah. She should keep campaigning for Trump, and I think would be an excellent VP pick.
Yeah. And so with that being said, Vivek should be somewhere in the cabinet to get that experience to become true MAGA, where he's drinking the Trump water.
Where would you
drinking
put
the
him?
Trump water every day. The most fantastic
Where'd
Trump
you put
water
him?
available. Hey, put him in Department of Transportation. Can't be much worse than Buttigieg.
No. He's more of an economic guy. But Buttigieg, I mean, I'm serious. Look at all the rivers that have been polluted under the watch of our transportation secretary, little Mr. Buttigieg.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, these guys talk a good game when they're out of office, but you put them in office and they destroy everything they touch.
I know. Yep. All right, well, let's go to a little bit of a music break, folks. If you're enjoying this show, let us know, and it helps us and lets us know that you enjoy the show by subscribing.
Give us some constructive criticism. Go ahead. It's okay.
Drop a comment down below. We appreciate it. But thank you to all of the new subscribers on Rumble and YouTube after the Chad Prather appearances. So thank you if you're watching because you found the show from Chad. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it and appreciate the support. So make sure if you're watching on Rumble, you hit that subscribe button on Rumble. Right next to it's that little red button. It says join. You hit that button and you can join the locals community for the Freedom Chronicles. Bunch of exclusive content like episode 89 and a half from Santa Fe, New Mexico. A tequila sunrise in Santa Fe.
Don't.
It wasn't bad.
Don't watch.
You were the one talking
horrible.
most of the time. I know.
Well, because I'm trying to guess what you were saying.
I know. It's fun.
Lip
anyway,
reading and hearing.
And so there are some better videos on there, like Bottom of the Stack, or some Kenny Joy rants, Kenny in the Corner, fun stuff. I think we need another one. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with your friends. And if you are watching on YouTube, take it over to Rumble, because YouTube doesn't really like free speech very much. Also on Spotify, BitChute, iHeartRadio, all that fun stuff. Also the app formerly known as Twitter, X. Follow on X. See what I retweet. See what I tweet out there. I posted some pictures from the vacation and here at Trump Hotel. And follow, and that on Twitter or X, it's at Freedom Chron Pod. And if you follow on Instagram, it's, I believe, just the Freedom Chronicles. All that stuff in the description. Check it out. And I've been posting a bunch of pictures from the vacation on the Instagram as well. And I'll show you. We have this picture. Since I tried having the nice Vegas skyline behind me, but the sun at the 102-degree heat did not want to cooperate. And instead, I took a picture of what the studio. It's dry, like. Even in Arizona, like bloody nose, like when you wake up in the morning, dry. We got to Las Vegas yesterday, and driving, like I said, and as we were recording this, it's Tuesday, the 15th of August. We woke up Monday morning in Arizona, 68 degrees. As we're driving to Las Vegas, you just see the temperature gauge like click, 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 and then we got to Las Vegas. We're in the lobby of the hotel. It's 102 degrees. But I said, it's not like Florida where everybody's been complaining since I've been gone. It's been raining so much. It's been muggy and humid as hell. And like the high was like 107.
I golfed.
And it's like,
I golfed 18 on Sunday. We teed off at about 9:20. Didn't get done till almost 2. It was freaking brutal. Everybody, we found out at the end that everybody was waiting for just one of us to say, hey, I'm kind of done. And we all would have just said, after like the whole 11.
You powered through it.
Muscled through it. I had some good shots, but man, I was done for the day. Done.
Yeah. But so I get out of the car and you step out into the sun and there's a nice breeze, but it's like, as opposed to Florida where you feel like you're burning, out here you feel like you're simmering. Because it's like that. It's like it's the slow boil. Like I'm getting pretty tan now, actually. But I have the skyline behind me. I can't do it live because of the glare, but I took a picture, picture number 15. You can see the nice view of the hotel here. And they have that sphere, the new sphere. You can see the Mirage in the background, and that's Treasure Island right outside the window. So the view is beautiful. The city's nice. I'll talk about the city a little more when we come back, but it's been an interesting experience. But folks, also, if you'd like to support the show,
the roller coaster on the hotel, you doing that?
I've heard it at New York, right?
I don't know where it's at. I saw a video of it once. I didn't know what hotel.
I've heard of that. Probably
looks scary as hell.
I don't know. Yeah, no, thank you. Probably not. I am going to see Brett Ernst tonight, though.
Cool.
We're going to see the Beatles Cirque du Soleil show at the Mirage, and then because Brett was originally slated to come on the podcast, he wasn't able to make it, but he said, "Hey, come to the show instead tonight." I was like, "Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing him."
Tell him I said, "Hey,"
and I will. He's over at the Strat in the LA Comedy Club there, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Cool.
So, folks, you can also support the show. You like the merch? Grab some merch. Evil is powerless if the good are unafraid. Ronald Reagan. It's a T-shirt. Wear it. I went to a swap meet in Arizona, and I wore one of the JFK, the CIA, will splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces shirt. Everybody was making comments. Yeah, that's why they killed him. Like all these Arizona people. I love it. They were great. And I gave out a bunch of podcast cards. If you're watching, thank you. You're awesome. And that swap meet was awesome. So, folks, use the link in the description down below. Go grab yourself some Freedom Chronicles merch. Get loud locally with Freedom Cow. All the JFK quotes. This Ronald Reagan quote. It's great. Helps us out as well. Enjoy. And it's a conversation starter wherever you are. Obviously, like a swap meet in Arizona, you can become a conversation starter. So, folks, enjoy this. This was from a place called Founding Fathers in Prescott Valley, Arizona. I got to sit in with a band. Tyler Gummersall is his name. Great country guy. Has some really good originals, really good country originals. I like it. He's cool, and he was very nice to let me sit in with his band a couple days here, and I went to a couple other open jams as well. Amazing pedal steel guitar player, amazing bass player. His bass player also builds amps, and he just sold Chris Stapleton an amp. He sold Joe Bonamassa amps. Great band. We did Nadine from the Founding Fathers in Prescott, Arizona. Enjoy. you go. A little Nadine for you. That was fun. It was a great time. And they were all great
Yeah, it seemed
musicians.
like it was a great bunch of guys.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny, just like Southwest Florida, everybody knows everybody. I went to a jam at a Moose Club, and that drummer was there playing with that band. And then I went to an open mic later that same day. It was another jam, and then that pedal steel player just walked in to that jam because he knew the guys of that band, and then he played bass with me there. So it was just fun. Just like Southwest Florida, everybody knows everybody. The scene's big but small, and everybody's very friendly. It was a lot of fun. So that brings us to our Patriot and Traitor of the Week. Ken, who is your Patriot of the Week?
That would be Congressman Greg Steube, District 17 of Florida.
Very good.
I mean, I don't see how you can read his articles of impeachment. I mean, the mountains and mountains of hard evidence, as well as whistleblower testimony. The dude is guilty. And I'm very proud of Congressman Steube for having the courage to bring it up, because he's taking heat. He's taking heat here in our local paper from the moron Democrats in Sarasota.
Are we surprised? No.
No.
That was one of the funniest things. We were at a barn dance in Arizona, and this guy starts talking to us, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm from New Jersey." Heavy accent, or he was from New York, I believe. New York, not New Jersey. And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's a good thing I didn't look up the politics before I moved here." And you know what he does? He works on the school board in Arizona. Got to vote these people out, folks. Get loud locally in your community and get rid of these people that hate freedom. Otherwise, they want a civil war. They're going to get it eventually, because we're already in it. Anyway,
yes.
Patriot of the Week.
Yours?
My Patriot of the Week. I saw the video from everybody who posted it over and over and over. I listened to it. It's a good song. I appreciate what he's doing. Is it the best song in the world? No, but I do like it. I think it's very appropriate for the times we are in. It shows the grit and the love of the country and how people are feeling the pain. And so my Patriot of the Week is musician Oliver Anthony. Came out with this song. And if you look at the charts, Rich Men North of Richmond, on Apple's Top 100, it is number 1 right now.
He's got 9 of his songs in the top 20 right now.
There are 18 of his songs in the top 40 U.S. country chart.
Jeez.
18. He takes up.
And have you heard this on country radio yet?
No. He has the number 1 spot with Rich Men North of Richmond. Number 2, number 3, Jason Aldean has number 4 with Try That in a Small Town. Number 6, number 8, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 15, number 16, number 17, number 21, number 22, number 23, 25, 26, and 37 on the country charts.
Yeah. And the video, I mean, the setting, perfect acoustics. He had a good mic, everything set up. The dogs just laying down there and listening, just rest. I mean, it was a perfect video. And the song speaks to what everybody is thinking and feeling today.
Exactly.
Maybe not a lot of white collar douchebags over at Rolling Stone. But for everybody else,
the best thing,
it caught on like that.
It did. It did because it speaks to normal people.
Yeah, it went beyond viral.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on YouTube right now, it has 12 million views, and it would have more, but people,
it's been out
rip
since
it
last week.
Exactly. And
I downloaded
what was interesting too. Yeah, and it is a good song. It doesn't have the production of every other mainstream song, and it shows you don't need that production.
It's raw. It's raw. It's gritty. It's emotional. I loved his guitar work on it. It was. It's a perfect song, and people can try and pick it apart and slam it, but they're just making themselves look stupid and arrogant doing so. The song is what the song is. He had no idea it was going to take off like this.
Right. He just wrote a song. He spoke from the heart, and he's getting rewarded for it because he deserves it. And the best thing, and one of the reasons I picked him as Patriot of the Week, is last Sunday he did his first public concert since the song went viral. And he said, before he read the psalm that he read out of the Bible, he goes, I played here before and there were about 20 people. And then you look at the video and the place is just surrounded by hundreds of people. But I think it's important of what he read before he played the song. He said, the wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright. But their swords shall pierce their own hearts, and their bows shall be broken. Better the little that have righteousness than the wealth of many wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The blameless spend their days under the Lord's care, and their inheritance will endure forever. That's also my quote of the day.
Okay.
But
I forgot about that.
A good one. I know. That's okay.
Yes.
But true patriot, using the power that he has to wield good and righteousness. And that's what we do. I mean, that's why we do this show, because we are trying to do our part to get the word out, make people laugh, and talk about things so that you folks watching out there can take it, send it to your friends, because it's not about being the silent majority anymore. You can't be silent about it. Talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors.
And you're not alone.
No, you're not alone. So, and it's to prove that you're not alone. On the Chad Prather show, I saw, what was it? It was like 10,000 views, I think, on one of the episodes I was on, which is fantastic. It's awesome. And that he has this audience. And I appreciate, again, folks, if you're watching from that, you found us, thank you. Share us with all of your friends. Share us with people who you agree with, people who you disagree with. Get a t-shirt that's a conversation starter, whether it's from me or some other conservative outlet that is about spreading the word of freedom, because that's
Except
what's most important.
Stay away from the establishment websites.
Well, because they're not for freedom. Tiny D says he's for freedom. He's been corrupted by all the non-freedom advocates. So anyway, we got to keep going. Ken, who is your traitor of the week?
Little fanny fat ass up there in Georgia. A little political whore who's persecuting Trump. And Alvin Bragg. The whole conglomerate of Soros-backed, anti-American, anti-constitution, anti-rule of law. Just scum. There's nothing. These people have no redeeming qualities. If every picture that you see of them, they've got the most arrogant, condescending look on their face. It's
And to them we say,
how dare you?
It is. It's
traitor. And I would also have to include the GOP in that as well, because they're doing nothing to help Trump, which tells me they're complicit, which means they're dead to me. The GOP needs to go the way of the Whigs.
Oh, but yes, they're indicting Trump, but look, Attorney General Garland appointed a special counsel in Hunter Biden's investigation.
Yeah, Weiss.
Motion.
What makes
I know.
It's Weiss.
That's why it's a joke, Ken. It's a joke. They're going to do nothing. They're going to do nothing. That's the idea. They had a picture. Had a picture of Daredevil.
They're going to do something. Both sides are going to fundraise off this. You got to give us more money so we can get Trump. Oh, you got to give us more money so we can beat those wascally Democrats next year. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you give us more money. And then, we can fight. Only then can we fight.
Only then.
And then once you give them everything they ask for, and then they'll always have an excuse for not doing it.
We almost had them. Anyway, my traitor of the week goes out to, I'm giving it to the Biden administration. They send billions of dollars. I know, but because it's leading into the story I want to talk about. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right.
They sent billions of dollars to Ukraine as Hawaii burns. Sean, picture number 16.
Hey, those people in Hawaii gonna get $700 each. Huh?
Yeah. And if this tweet does not sum it up, if this tweet does not sum it up perfectly, Nero fiddles while Rome burns. And now Hawaii locals worry Maui rebuilding effort will push out the natives because all of this perfect land, very prime land, is now going to be taken over or bought out because people can't afford to rebuild. They can't afford to rebuild immediately. And I also heard through the grapevine that if the native Hawaiians who have the land do not immediately start building, there's some law where it could go back to the government, where then they can sell it or do what they want with it. Which is what BlackRock, or you have to say,
you're trying to tell me the whole thing reeks. Look at where the fires were. It's like they were almost strategically placed, and then hey, it's going to be windy. The whole thing reeks, and it's sad too because I've been to Lahaina.
It is sad. Beautiful area.
Pictures.
I mean, it reminds me of what Hurricane Ian did. It reminds you what Hurricane Ian did to Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah, that's true. But this again, I think wholly could have been largely prevented. And the whole thing's, it just sniffs of somebody doing it on purpose to me. I don't see one fire maybe, but three all strategically on portions of the island where the fire could potentially wipe out the entire island. It's too convenient to me.
It's too
convenient. But they won't investigate it.
No.
Yeah, they'll blame it on some a tree hitting a power line in 3 locations.
And Hawaii Senator Hirano. Yeah, Hirano there, the Hawaiian senator, suggested that it was caused by climate change. Quote, "We are in a period of mourning and loss. We are in the initial phases, but we're going to do everything to provide the kind of support the people will need."
Miss Saigon.
Yeah. I think that we
Maisie,
very much
I
need
can't
to
die.
Yeah. We need to
Maisie
very much
Hirano
acknowledge
just
that climate change is upon us. Climate change is upon us.
Yeah. Her stupidity
is
upon us.
Yes. So very sad. We live in a banana republic. Picture number 3, please, Sean.
Yeah.
It really shows it perfectly. We're in a banana republic. The Biden administration.
Wow. Maybe hopefully Biden can wind up just like the last guy who was wearing that uniform.
Hey,
you know who that is.
Gaddafi.
It looks like Gaddafi's uniform to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. So we have a couple minutes left. Let's talk about some happy things. Ken, you were talking about last time you were in Vegas. What did you do that was memorable? Anything? Nothing? You slept on?
No, like I said, I was in NMCB5. It was 1986. Flew a C-141 from the Philippines back to Port Hueneme. We took a shuttle to LAX. Get on a flight. First stop is Las Vegas. 5-hour layover in Vegas. I'm in the Navy. I'm burnt out after flying for 19 hours. I'm just sitting there watching people because they got slot machines at the gate as you're leaving on the flight, and people are still just pulling that one-arm bandit. And then the second time I was in Vegas, I was driving through to my very first radio gig after getting out of the Navy with $7,000 cash and everything I own in the back of my truck. I continued driving straight through Vegas. I did not stop.
Yes. Something very interesting. We were walking through Caesar's Palace to get back out to the Strip, and my observations, they had regular poker tables. They had a huge sports betting area. That's like the new big thing, all this sports betting. I know obviously it's been around forever, but it's revitalized.
It's a lot more popular now that they can do it on radio. Yeah.
Exactly. They have digital roulette tables. Tell me how that is not completely rigged. 100%.
Of course it is. Well, I don't know. Don't tell that to my dad. He's I don't know about the video. He's got the video games out at the casino, and usually he gives the Indians a little bit of money back. But he's won over 10 grand there once before, and just before I flew up, he hit for 1,500 again. So I guess some of those electronic ones, I'm not a gambler. It's enough of a roll of the dice getting out of bed in the morning.
Maybe I'll find a penny slot machine and just, see what pennies
there
I
you
can
go.
lose and then win back and then lose again. But something else very interesting as we wrap up. People are interesting. You see the homeless population around here. It's sad to see. Definitely some that are drugged out. One was sleeping on the sidewalk. And just
so they're visible there?
They are visible, yeah. Not tents or anything that I've seen, but a couple stragglers walking around. You definitely got to be careful walking around at night. It's sad to see that we're at this point. Even just the normal people walking around the strip definitely don't feel as safe as people should. But it'd be fun going to see
Spokane as well.
Yeah, going to see the Beatles Love Show tonight and going to see Brett Ernst. Folks, thank you for watching. Hopefully there'll be an episode next week. I'll be traveling back to Florida during that time, so if I can find a spot where there's decent Wi-Fi, we will get the show done. If not, hang on, go watch some of the previous shows, and thank you for watching. Ken, I'll see you soon. And folks, make sure you subscribe, Rumble, YouTube, all that good stuff. Follow on X, follow on Instagram. Go get yourself a Freedom Cow shirt, or a Reagan shirt, or JFK shirt, in the link in the description. Thank you from the Trump International Hotel right here in Las Vegas. Good night.
You're watching Conservative Television of America, working hard to stick socialism where the sun don't shine.